Welcome to another C1 Advanced ESL-Lounge reading lesson video. Today we will be reading Nostalgia as Cultural Currency. Let's begin with some vocabulary. Nostalgia. A feeling of pleasure and sadness when you think about happy times in the past. To romanticize. To talk about something in a way that makes it sound better than it really was. Collective memory. The shared pool of memories and information held by a group of people. Selective interpretation. Seeing events in a biased or incomplete way. To yearn for. To have a very strong feeling of wanting something. Sanctuary. A place of refuge or safety. To exploit. To use a situation unfairly to gain an advantage. Pervasive. Existing in all parts of a place or thing, widespread. Idealized. Represented as being perfect or better than in reality. Era. A long and distinct period of history. To resonate with. To connect with an audience on an emotional level. Great. Now you know the keywords, let's read the story. From Hollywood's endless stream of film reboots, to the resurgence of vinyl records and 90s fashion, it is clear that our culture has a deep and pervasive obsession with the past. This yearning for yesterday is known as nostalgia, a bittersweet emotion that combines the pleasure of a fond memory with the sadness of its passing. While it is a deeply personal feeling, nostalgia has also become a powerful cultural and commercial force. It acts as a form of cultural currency, a valuable asset that can be used to sell products, shape opinions, and even influence politics. On a psychological level, the appeal of nostalgia is understandable. In a world that often feels chaotic and uncertain, the past can feel like a sanctuary. It is a foreign country, where we already know the language and the customs. Our memories, however, are often unreliable narrators. End of page 1. Let's continue. We tend to engage in a selective interpretation of the past, remembering the good times more vividly than the bad. We romanticize our youth, forgetting the anxieties and struggles, and focusing instead on an idealized version of events. This rose-tinted view of history provides a comforting sense of stability and identity. This powerful emotional connection is something that businesses have learned to exploit very effectively. They understand that they are not just selling a product but a feeling. When a film studio reboots a beloved 80s movie, they are selling the audience a chance to reconnect with the joy and excitement they felt as children. When a fashion brand brings back a style from the 90s, they are selling a sense of youthful rebellion and coolness. This strategy is incredibly effective because it bypasses our rational brains and connects directly with our emotions and our sense of identity. End of page 2. Let's continue. However, the use of nostalgia as cultural currency can have more problematic implications. In the political sphere, the appeal to a golden age that never truly existed is a common tactic. Slogans that promise to restore a nation to its former glory resonate powerfully with voters who feel left behind by social and economic change. This political nostalgia is dangerous because it relies on the same selective interpretation of history. It often edits out the injustices and inequalities of the past, presenting an idealized version of a time that was only golden for a privileged few. This can create a barrier to progress, encouraging people to look backwards for solutions instead of confronting the complex challenges of the present. The commodification of nostalgia has also created what scholars term manufactured memories, collective experiences that never actually existed but feel authentic through repeated cultural representation. End of page 3. Let's continue. Television shows and advertisements create fictional pasts that become more real to us than our actual experiences. This phenomenon is particularly evident in how younger generations adopt nostalgic aesthetics for eras they never lived through, purchasing vintage-style items and embracing retro trends as expressions of identity. The irony is that by constantly looking backward, we risk losing our capacity to create genuinely new cultural moments worth remembering. Therefore, while nostalgia can be a comforting and enjoyable personal experience, it is crucial to remain critical of how it is used as a public tool. We can enjoy the music and films of our youth while still recognizing that the past was not a perfect paradise. The key is to understand the difference between a fond personal memory and a romanticized collective myth. By doing so, we can appreciate the past on our own terms, without allowing it to be used to manipulate our present. Okay, time for a few questions to check your understanding. Question 1. What is the author's main argument about nostalgia? A. It is primarily a psychological defense mechanism against modern uncertainty. B. It is a reliable and accurate way to understand historical events. C. That nostalgia's function has shifted from private comfort to public influence. D. It is a modern phenomenon that did not exist in previous eras. Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is C. The text states that while it is a deeply personal feeling, it has also become a powerful cultural and commercial force used to influence politics. Question 2. According to the text, why is nostalgia psychologically comforting? A. It connects us with a collective identity shared by others of our generation. B. It offers a simplified and predictable refuge from the complexities of the present. C. It encourages us to confront the complex and uncertain challenges of the present. D. It helps us to remember historical events with perfect accuracy and detail. Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is B. The text says that in a chaotic and uncertain world, the past can feel like a sanctuary that provides a comforting sense of stability. Question 3. How do businesses effectively use nostalgia to sell products? A. By proving that older products were of a much higher quality than modern ones. B. By creating an emotional response that circumvents the consumer's rational judgment. C. By offering significant discounts on products that are considered old-fashioned. D. By conducting extensive research into the historical accuracy of their campaigns. Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is B. The text explains that this strategy is effective because it bypasses our rational brains and connects directly with our emotions. Question 4. What does the author identify as the main danger of political nostalgia? A. It can cause voters to lose trust in the entire political system. B. It is generally not very effective at resonating with modern voters. C. It forces politicians to make promises that are impossible to keep. D. It encourages a distorted view of history that hinders progress on contemporary issues. Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is D. The text warns that political nostalgia edits out the injustices of the past and can create a barrier to progress. Question 5. What are, quote, manufactured memories, as described in the text? A. Media-created versions of the past that people adopt as their own. B. Personal memories that have been deliberately altered or forgotten over time. C. Historical records that have been proven to be false by modern scholars. D. Nostalgic feelings for a past that one has only read about in books. Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is A. The text describes these as fictional pasts from TV and adverts that become more real to us than our actual experiences. Question 6. What is the author's final advice regarding nostalgia? A. We must focus on creating new cultural moments, rather than looking backwards. B. To be conscious of the manipulative potential of public nostalgia. C. We should believe that the past was a better time and try to recreate it. D. We should trust that politicians and businesses use nostalgia in an honest way. Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is B. The text concludes that it is crucial to remain critical of how it is used as a public tool, so we don't allow it to manipulate our present. Let's quickly summarize the lesson. On this screen, you can review the main points of the text and the key vocabulary. Finally, here are a few discussion questions. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching this ESL Lounge video. Don't forget to subscribe for more lessons, and we'll see you in the next one.